Okay, Christina here to listen to some music, and today's music selection is The Dripping Tap by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. So this is a band I've never heard of before, and I'm already smiling because I actually think the name of the band is really entertaining already, so I don't know what we're in for at all. The only thing I know is that they are an Australian band. They started in 2010, and this song came out, The Dripping Tap, came out in 2022. But that's what this channel is for, is to introduce me to these artists and new styles maybe, or some older ones that I just don't know enough about. And again, why am I learning all of this? Well, because I am a classically trained professional musician, but I'm mainly focused on the classical stuff. But I am a vocalist, instrumentalist, composer, and university professor, so I want to keep learning things, and hopefully in these videos, so do all of you. It's fun for everybody. So this band, I don't know how well known they are, and they have a funny name. That's all I know, right? And why not? Hey. And I just have heard a lot of discussion about this group. This group has come up so many times. So when this came up as a direct request, I was like, yeah, we're going to do this. Absolutely. Because I have to find out more about these guys. Who are they? What is this? Guys or gals? I don't know. What is this? Here we go. So enough guesswork. Let's just dive in. Let's listen. Okay. What are we in for here? I really don't know. It's just such a unique name, so what is this music going to be like? All right. Here we go.
I just want to... Shut up, Amber, shut up! Nah, in all seriousness though, but... It's time to sing a song. Is everyone ready for me to serenade you like a cat in a bag?
Okay, we're a couple minutes in almost, so I need to stop. Again, copyright issues, right? We're not here to watch the full performance here. We're here for comments. I do encourage everyone to go and watch the whole thing on its own, because that's what that's for. But this is what we are for here now. First impressions. Okay, the concert looks like it's a lot of fun. These guys seem to be pretty easy breezy on stage. They know what they're doing. And so I'm not sure what the first little song was, and now we're into something new, and I'm not sure if that's the same song, but I think I heard him talking about the dripping tap. It was really cool how he was separating all the syllables, like the dripping tap. That was kind of cool. But I'm still not sure about the vibe yet, because the first part was way different from this part. We've got some good old headbanging here. that takes me back to my teenage years, to my youth, my childhood there, like late 80s, early 90s. I had lots of metalhead friends and they loved to headbang, go to a Metallica concert and come back with a sore neck from all the headbanging the next day. So wow, this guy in the overalls here, he's in the onesie suit there. He's quite the headbanger. Awesome. Hey, more power to him. Let's back it up a little bit. I kind of want to hear the intro to this part because it sort of took me by surprise. I need another chance at it. All right, let's see. Okay, so I'm hearing left the tap on. Wish I would have learned how to swim. Okay, okay. Not sure why I'm laughing. I don't think there's a joke here, but there's just something about the energy of this group that just makes me, I don't know, kind of bubbly. And so I'm hoping that the content here of the meaning behind the song is not too deep. Because it just seems like there's a lot of fun energy. Like if I was there, I would just be like jumping around out in the audience, you know, just so much energy. Wow. Like just sound everywhere. Just like they're talking about someone left the tap on and so now we're drowning. It's like they're drowning us in sound. It's like there's distortion and constant perpetual motion with the drum and the bass, and then how many guitars are going? I'm like, I'm trying to keep track. How many guitars are playing? And then they're just like going up and 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 up to the stratosphere, which is what we call that for a violin. We play way, way, way up high. And they were like, they had to have been up there at the edge of the fingerboard, like at the top of the frets. So, okay, what fun. This is just fun. I'm seeing like all the thrashing and, is there like crowd surfing going on out in the audience? I don't know, but it looks like a lot of fun. Okay, so we got into the chorus again. Let's just continue on with the chorus and see where we're going. And I'll try to catch more words, but I do have the lyrics pulled up, so I'll go and check them out in just a minute. But we got some more to go here. Let's hear.
That photo, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, you rule.
Okay, it was a good instrumental moment there. Completely change of vibe. It went into a 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I think we're back more into a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, more of a triple feel. Yeah, it was way laid back. Still saw some crowd surfing though at the beginning there. And how, actually there was tapping is that supposed to signify is it the dripping tap? Like I'm even wondering, is this still the same song? I don't know. I was told, to view a certain part here, and so I'm not quite sure what all of this is, but maybe if we check lyrics, it'll help a little bit. Okay, so one more time, ready. I think I heard them say that on stage, but I thought it was more like, hey, everybody, are we ready? And then just like counting off, but no, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the dripping tap won't be turned off by the suits in charge of the world. And our future's hanging on by a thread with our heads in the sand. Ooh, okay, right. Drip, drip from the tap, don't slip. Wow, that just goes on and on. Don't slip on the drip. Okay. Oh, there's more. Okay. Ooh, everybody's on the same orbit. Okay, so I think I've got the idea behind the song. And so now I'm sort of placing the energy with the presentation. Okay. All right, well, let's keep going. We're not done yet. Okay, So I know we're transitioning into something else, and I was told that this sort of does eventually kind of melt into a different song, or maybe that was where it came from. I'm not sure. I just want to comment again. This is to sort of have my own brain keep this all straight, but I am hearing a certain form of this performance here. It got really quiet at one point and sort of gave us all time to breathe. And now it's working its way back up, and it's just a lot of fun. The energy of this group is just really something. I'm also starting to notice all of the different singers. There are like 4 or 5 guys singing, and they all kind of complement one another. Like, are a couple of them related? 2 of them kind of look alike. The 2 guys with the brown curly-ish hair. But there's a blonde guy in the back there that doesn't look like them, but his voice really does sound like the others. I like how they have the multi-layered voices in there. Then because of that, they're able to do that. It adds to the energy. Okay, so now we're really worked all the way back up, but let's continue on. See how this plays out. Okay, my laptop here is telling me that the battery is low and it's about to turn off. So I'm going to turn this off for just a second and we'll charge it up for a few minutes and I will come back. I guess there's a first for everything. Haven't had this happen. I forgot to charge it. Sorry. I'll be back in a few minutes though. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. If the laptop is plugged in, it overheats and makes this giant whooshing noise that the microphone picks up, and we cannot have that. So that was totally my fault. I let the battery run down and it was about to turn off. So what's really cool about this though is I just let it go for just like 5 minutes to recharge a little bit. And in that time, I got a little glass of water and I felt lighter on my feet, and I don't know, I had a smile on my face, even though again, so the meaning behind the song is pretty heavy and deep. And so I had the chorus in my head. They say it over and over and over and over again. And it was in my head. It was doing its job. The dripping tap, the dripping tap. I get it. Dripping. I get it. Okay, so we're going to pick up right where we left off. Have a lot of fun. And here we go again. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, the content was deep, but that was a lot of fun. Sometimes it takes a subject matter of conflict to bring out that amount of energy, Get your complaints out. Get the frustrations out through song. Why not? So I'm still going to say it was a lot of fun. The drummer was awesome, and he probably needs to take a nap now because that was a lot of work. And one of the guitarists there, he was like, oh, whew, yeah, they're really putting everything into this performance. And I mean, I know a lot of groups do, but it is fun to sort of see the musicians at work. And it was unique. I didn't know what this was going to be about going into this. Just by the name, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I mean, come on. Where did they come up with? What does it mean? Okay, so if you know, please tell me. And if there's got to be a good story behind that, right? It's so unique. But I liked how they played with the different tones, like, of their voices. So I heard this sort of almost like a cartoon voice that would, coming in, and more than one of them would do that. Two for sure would do that. And then maybe the third, the blonde guy, also was doing that. And then at one point I heard almost like a growling, kind of a sound coming from one of them. That was interesting, or maybe just down an octave, but still kind of playing with it. Very interesting. And then at one point also, one of them it was in the quiet moment. He was really singing right over his break, where going from chest voice to head voice, and I could hear he was trying to sing some of that in the head voice. I think maybe just the energy on stage was maybe inhibiting his usage of a really clear head voice. Like I would be interested in hearing how that translated in the studio version of this song. Let's go back and see if I can catch that, because I really did enjoy I love the energy of it, but I enjoyed it when it came down and quieted down. And then I heard this little interlude here of him singing right over his break.
With that overtaking clock of reality, a spiritual rebirth in one layer, it did impact the silver cord, it snapped as well.
Head voice, floating. Chest voice. Head voice. Chest voice. Head voice. Yeah. I like that little interplay. That was really neat. And it really added to this moment where it really came down, and his little noodly guitar solo that he did there was really neat coming up. So I also really liked how I love it when things come full circle with compositions. So it was really neat to hear the opening material where they were going like dripping, tap, where that sort of came back. And I don't know how much they do this in their other music, but I enjoyed that little musical motif. That was a whole theme all upon itself. And let's see if we can find that growling part. That was neat. I don't know what he was doing, but I was like, huh? But it was a neat effect, whatever it was. So many layers here. It's like throat singing. Yeah, and then that shows the extremes. They have that growly sound and then that that little nasally sound. I saw almost all of the singers do that. It's cute, and it does sort of capture your attention. So there's just a lot of fun. Okay, that was King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. The name is even fun to say. This was just a lot of fun, a lot of energy, and a good message behind the song. And, obviously they put all they've got into their stage performances. And I am interested to hear what they would sound like in a studio recording. Do they do all the different voices? I barely even got into this, like there's chromaticism, like stepwise up, 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 all of that fun little stuff that they do. And then just bringing forth the message. So the dripping tap, the dripping tap, the dripping tap, like they said it over and over and over again, just like an incessant dripping tap. So clever. So is this the most popular band in the world? No, I don't think so. But they deserve some attention here too, and I am happy to feature bands like this on this channel. I'm also really happy to have a wide variety of different bands, different music on this channel, different artists. This one, if I didn't know that this was a more recent band, I would think like late 70s, early 80s, like punk almost. Just that punk energy vibe. And so the fact that this is a newer group and this is a newer song, it's just like 3 years old, that's pretty cool. I really like this. I think I just need to know more. So anyone out there, please let me know more about this band. Tell me other songs of theirs that I should listen to, or if I should hear the studio version of this. There's always a discussion like studio or live. What do you start with first? This one, the energy of it and the band, I mean, I think I needed to see this. But if there is a good reason for me to go back and do the studio version of this, please let me know, because that is something I can consider for the future on the channel. So thank you for coming along with me in this experience. Don't forget to do all the things, like and subscribe. You can find me on Patreon. Support the channel on Ko-fi, become a channel member. And as always, just remember that you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay. And keep listening.